Hi, everybody. I'm going to talk today about surviving the chaos of change. And what I am referring to today is change at an individual level. What resistance do we have or do people have as individuals to changes that are presented? There's going to be another webinar coming up where I'm going to talk about organizational change management. And there we're going to be talking about planning and directing change at every level within your organization. But here we're talking about individuals. So if you're interested in that other session, it will be in March of 2018, so you can either attend live or listen to the recording. With this session regarding individuals, we do have a handout you can see here on the slide. You can download that now and then complete it and fill it out as I cover the materials. In addition to a one-page handout, there are a few other resources that we are including that I'm going to mention along the way, and so we're going to include that as well with the handout. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is have you all either chat in, preferably use the chat box. I'm going to monitor that. If you have a question that you would like me to answer, a very specific question, then put that in the Q&A box. But in the chat box, go ahead and tell me, think of a situation where change was introduced and it was not handled well. What happened? What happened during that time? I'm sure we all have very strong memories of these situations because they're often painful, and that's why this is in red. They're quite memorable. So what has happened to you when change was introduced and it wasn't handled well? So chat it in, let us know. Okay, interactive webinar. So if you guys are logging in to check emails, you are going to be disappointed. I've got some things coming up. So, all right, so people resisted. They ended up killing the project. Yeah, that happens. Lack of communication or no information. Even worse, bad information. We'll talk about that. Focused on top-level executives only, not the stakeholders who were impacted, so the solution was not well accepted. Yeah, that is a really common mistake, right? So that's painful as well. Decision to cancel a project, people afraid of losing their jobs. True. Employees guessed. Yes, they made up the information that was missing, and that caused confusion. Really good, Terry. That's a great point. Good solution, they didn't bring the business results. Okay, good. Yeah, so that wasn't handled well, and we didn't get the whole reason for the project in the first place. It was a surprise when it happened. Yeah, we'll talk about that as well. If it's not handled well, the idea here is no surprises. And if you don't handle this well, that's just fatal. Lack of communication on details, so people couldn't do what they were asked to do. Yeah, misinformation or lack of information, no details. Too much change at once, lots of frustration. Yeah, so really, really good points. And we're going to touch on a lot of these, how to avoid these problems. They are all too common, unfortunately, but we'll talk about that. So. Okay, yeah. So I think we've got it all here. And so let's do a little poll. Okay, we're going to have some fun here. I've got a question, and I'm going to open up a poll, and you can read the question and then select an answer. And Jessica, you'll tell me if you don't see it. Okay, excellent. The answers are coming in. Give it another minute. Okay, I don't know if you can see these results. All right, thank you. Yes, thank you for playing. So you are all, we've got some good answers here. Okay, so what we've got here is and I'll just summarize this. 11% of you said that you would accept and implement the change. just as it is. Here, and here's the answers. Another, you would accept the change without argument. Another 11% of you is even, said you would accept the change if it made sense. The bulk of you, 72%, said you would accept the change once you understood it and understood how it complemented your existing experience. None of you said you would refuse to implement the change. So, that's why many of us are project managers or managers, often, right? So we don't ever refuse. But some of you, 3%, did say you would ignore the change and just keep doing things the old way. Okay, great. So that really sets the stage for what we're going to talk about on these following slides, because I've classified each of these answers to a type of resistance level to change. And we'll talk about these different these stakeholders, their resistance level, and what we can do about it and how we can work around it. So thank you for that. I will close the poll, and we will go back to our slides. And so now we know where you stand. Now think about, as I covered these types of resistance, where do each of your stakeholders stand, your team members, or if you're not a project manager but you're a resource or functional manager, where does your team and your employees stand, your coworkers, your boss, okay? So there's 4 main levels of resistance. We all naturally fall within one of these 4. People, as, I guess, human beings, we resist change at some level. It may be very, very slight resistance, but we do resist it at some level. So the lowest level of resistance, if you will, they're called early adopters. These people are very quick to jump on board. They are happy with change. They're very comfortable with it. They will accept it without question. And we've got a little butterfly here because they're like the little, almost like a social butterfly, but they're the butterflies that are flitting from change to change to change very comfortably. So, those are your early adopters, okay? Then we have the pragmatists. And the pragmatists, these are the people who accept a change, and they may do so very quickly, but only after they've thought it through. If the change makes sense, then they're on board. So they think it through, and if it makes sense, they're on board. And these people tend to be your trusted people within your organization. People look to them as leaders because they know that these people will have thought it through. So they're very, very practical. And together, these 2 groups of people become your guiding coalition for change. These are the groups of people that you can turn to help you implement and get your change done. Okay. Now, keep on moving down. We'll keep talking about the guiding coalition and how we can get them on board. But the next level of resistance are the conservers, and this is where most of you fell.
Hi there. Hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.